Imagine this. A dark, frigid night in the final months of World War II. For thousands of desperate refugees, a massive ship named the Wilhelm Gustloff is their only beacon of hope. They huddle together on the docks, their breath misting in the freezing air, gazing up at what they believe is their ark, their ticket to safety. They are fleeing the advancing Red Army, leaving behind their homes, their lives, everything they've ever known. The Gustloff, once a luxurious cruise liner, now promises a new beginning, a chance to escape the horrors of war. As stayboard, the sheer number of people is overwhelming. The ship's corridors, once wide enough for carefree vacationers, are now choked with a sea of humanity. Families are separated in the crush. Children cry, their voices lost in the cacophony of thousands of anxious whispers and shuffling feet. The ship was designed for less than 2,000 people, but tonight, more than 10,000 souls are crammed into every available space, from the grand ballrooms to the emptied swimming pool, even the hospital wards. It's a city of refugees afloat, a microcosm of fear and hope packed into a steel shell. They are civilians, women, children, the elderly, and wounded soldiers. They believe the worst is behind them. They are tragically mistaken. Beneath the choppy ink-black waves of the Baltic Sea, another vessel moves with silent, deadly purpose. It's the Soviet submarine S-13, commanded by Captain Alexander Marinescu. On this patrol, the submarine is a predator hunting in its element. Inside the cramped confines of the S-13, the crew is on high alert. They have spotted a large, unidentified target moving slowly, its lights unwisely on. To them, it isn't a ship filled with families. It's a legitimate military target, a German transport that must be sunk. The underwater world is one of sonar pings and tense silence. The fate of over 10,000 people hangs on the decision of one man, staring through a periscope at a distant silhouette. On the deck of the Gustloff, the cold is relentless. A thin layer of snow dusts the railings. Most passengers are huddled below deck, trying to find some warmth, some comfort. The air is thick with the smell of unwashed bodies and fear. But for a moment, there's a fragile sense of security. The rhythmic thrum of the ship's engines is a lullaby, a promise of forward motion, of escape. They are on their way. They are safe. This is the last moment of peace any of them will ever know. Suddenly, without warning, a violent, deafening explosion rips through the ship's hull. The world turns into a nightmare of screeching metal and shattering glass. A torpedo has struck. The lights flicker and die, plunging the entire vessel into absolute darkness. A second torpedo hits, then a third. The ship lurches violently, throwing people against walls and down staircases. The gentle thrum of the engines is replaced by the terrifying roar of incoming water and the primal screams of 10,000 people realizing their ark has become their tomb. Panic, pure and absolute, erupts. In the pitch-black, freezing corridors, it's a stampede. People are trampled underfoot in the desperate rush to get to the upper decks. Mothers scream for their lost children. The once orderly ship descends into a scene of unimaginable chaos. The stairwells become death traps, clogged with a frantic, surging mass of bodies. The ship is listing heavily now, the floors tilting at an impossible angle, turning every hallway into a treacherous slide. There is no direction, no authority, only the instinct to get out, to get to the air. Those who manage to claw their way to the open decks are met with a new kind of horror. The lifeboats, their only means of escape, are frozen solid to their The thick ropes and mechanisms are encased in ice, rendered useless by the brutal Baltic winter. Frantic crew members and passengers hack at the ice with axes and anything they can find, but it's a futile, desperate struggle against the elements. The deck is slick with snow and ice, and the ship's severe list makes it nearly impossible to stand. The wind howls, carrying away their cries of despair. There is no escape. The lifeboats are a cruel mirage. For many, the only choice left is a terrifying one. Stay on the sinking ship or jump into the lethally cold water below. The sea is a churning black void, with temperatures just a few degrees above freezing. Survival in such conditions is measured in minutes, yet people begin to jump. Silhouettes leap from the railings, choosing the icy water over the certainty of going down with the ship. Their screams are swallowed by the waves. From the water, the Gustloff is a dying giant, its stern rising high into the air. a monstrous, dark shape against the night sky. Then, in less than an hour after the first torpedo hit, the ship is gone. The Wilhelm Gustloff slips beneath the waves, taking thousands with it to a watery grave. The cacophony of screams and tearing metal gives way to an eerie, profound silence. The only sounds are the lapping of the waves and the faint, fading cries of those struggling in the water. The surface is littered with debris and the dark shapes of bodies, a floating testament to the immense loss of life. Rescue vessels would eventually arrive, but for the vast majority, it was far too late. In the aftermath, the world barely noticed. In the grand narrative of World War II, the sinking of the Wilhelm Gustloff became a footnote, overshadowed by land battles and the fall of empires. Newspapers at the time gave it minimal coverage. Over the years, the story faded, the memories encased in the cold depths of the Baltic Sea. Much like the wreckage itself, it remains the single deadliest maritime disaster in history, with an estimated death toll of over 9,000 people, most of them civilians. More than 6 times the number of lives lost on the Titanic. Today, the Baltic Sea is calm. Waves roll over the spot where the Gustloff went down. There's no marker, no monument on the surface. It is just an empty expanse of cold, dark water under a vast, indifferent sky. It holds a silent, forgotten graveyard, a powerful reminder of the hidden civilian cost of war, and of the thousands of souls whose desperate hope for a new life ended in the icy darkness of a winter's night. Their story deserves to be remembered. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories from history.